Warren Central Drama brings you Hannah West, Delbert Suits, and an all-star cast in the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes, The Case of the Dead Adventuress.
Warren Central Drama and the cast of Sherlock Holmes in the Case of the Dead Adventuress are pleased to feature this evening a wonderful organization, Life in a Nutshell. Tony Furdock, one of the co-founders of Life in a Nutshell, had this to say about their unique nonprofit. Started by me and my wife, Ann Calbur, when we started watching Dogs for Friends, and they would insist we take money from them. We didn't feel comfortable doing that, so we agreed to donate the money to local animal charities. Since then, we've donated thousands of dollars to local animal charities, such as the Humane Society of Indianapolis, Face Spay and Neuter Clinic, and our little bit of heaven shelter. What a way to provide a service to people and help animals all at the same time!
And now, let's look in on our genial Dr. Watson and see what a story he has waiting for us. Good evening, Doctor.
Evening, Miss Foreman. Take off your coat, and your scarf, and your gloves, and your galoshes. And that's it. Certainly we need cats and dogs tonight. Come, sit by the fire. Warm yourself up.
Thank you, Doctor. All set for tonight's story?
Yes, I'm all set, as you say.
Last week, you told us your adventure took place in the south of France.
Yes, Miss Foreman, and if you could imagine yourself basking in the sunshine of the Riviera in the early 1900s, with Holmes and myself, perhaps it'll help you forget what a beastly night it is outside.
I've forgotten that already, Doctor. How did your story begin?
Simple enough. Holmes and I were staying in Nice when we were visited at our hotel by a young Englishman, the Honorable Reginald Shipton. The boy was in serious trouble and had come to Holmes for help.
And I'm sure he got it.
He did, though in giving it, Holmes was arrested for murder.
For murder? Say, Doctor, how did a thing like that happen to the great Sherlock Holmes?
It's just what I'm going to tell you. See, the boy had become involved with a rather notorious French lady, Madame Courvey. She was much older than he, though I must admit she was a glamorous creature, and the boy's infatuation was understandable. At least I found it so. Unfortunately, he had given the lady exquisite diamond sapphire necklace. It was a family heirloom, although he overlooked the fact that he not yet inherited.
Then, of course, he had no right to make the gift.
Of course he had. And when his father, Lord Shipton, learned what had happened, he threatened to disinherit him unless he got the necklace. And so the boy came to Holmes with this problem. At first, the great detective tried ordinary methods of handling the case. She approached Madame Courvey directly and was told to mind her own business. She tried persuasion, deception, and even went to the police, but to no avail. Finally, one night, she disappeared. I was frantic because I knew she was in danger. And so I got in touch with the police. Within half an hour, Inspector Sherrill telephoned me to come to Madame Courvey's villa at once. That Holmes was in serious trouble.
And of course you rushed over there.
As fast as carriage could carry me. My fears increased as I drew up on the valley until the cordon of police got in the building. But as I got inside, I saw my old friend. A cold terror struck my heart. There she was, in the library. Madame Courvey lying at her feet with her throat slashed, and in Holmes' hand was a blood-stained dagger. You can imagine what Monsieur Sherrill, chief of police, said as I came in.
Dr. Watson, your famous friend has made her last mistake.
Great heavens, what's going on? Holmes, tell me.
Madame Courvey has been murdered, Watson. And unfortunately our friend, Monsieur Sherrill, seems to be under the impression that I killed her.
But that's utterly ridiculous.
Is it? Then how do you account for the fact that when we came in here just now, Miss Holmes was standing here alone with a corpse?
Well, Holmes, why don't you explain what happened?
I've already done so, but Monsieur Sherrill doesn't seem to believe me. However, for your benefit, I came back here to try and have another talk with Madame Courvey. I found the front door open and walked in, to discover the safe looted and its owner stabbed to death. I picked up the dagger from the floor to examine it, and as I did so, Monsieur Sherrill and the police came in.
I should have thought a great detective like you, Madame Holmes, could have thought of a more ingenious lie than that. Take her away to the Charité.
Come along, madame.
Tell that policeman to take his hands off you, Holmes.
I haven't a right to, my dear chap. You see, just before you arrived, Monsieur Sherrill had me arrested for murder.
And there my friend was, spending the night in custody.
And I suppose you stayed there right with her, Doctor.
Not for long. Miss Foreman, she gave me a little job to do. Let me tell you just what happened. The next morning found us in the office of the Prefect of Police. There we were, Holmes and I, Inspector Sherrill, and various witnesses connected to the case. It was a strange sight as Holmes stood there, defending herself.
Quiet! Quiet! Madam Sherlock Holmes is an eminent visitor to our country. That is why this preliminary investigation is being held in private. Though she has been caught under extremely incriminating circumstances, let us at least extend her the courtesy of a fair hearing. Proceed, Madam Holmes. You have told us that you were brought into the case in the first place at the request of the Honorable Reginald Shipton. Am I right?
Yes, Madame la Prefect.
Is the Honorable Reginald Shipton present?
Here, Madame la Prefect.
Do you corroborate the evidence so far given by Madam Holmes?
Yes, she's told the truth so far. But if I had known that she was going to murder Madame Corvée, I'd have strangled her myself.
Quiet! Please confine yourself to answering questions. Proceed, Miss Holmes. What was your next move?
To meet Madame Corvée and try and reason with her.
And how did you accomplish this aim?
My client informed me that Madame Corvée was giving a large ball to Villa that night. I suggested that he take my old friend Dr. Watson and myself along with him to meet the lady.
And did you meet her?
Oh yes, Madame la Prefect. We arrived about 8 o'clock to find a crowd of 150 people or more, dancing to the music of a string orchestra.
A very distinguished gathering, Mr. Shipton. Madame Corvée must be extremely popular.
Too confoundedly popular for my liking, Dr. Watson.
Where is Madame Corvée? I should like to meet her as soon as possible. These affairs are not much in my line.
Oh, I think it's rather gay, if you ask me.
Hello.
I was not expecting to see you here.
I'm sorry to surprise you. Won't you introduce me to your friends?
Monsieur le Duc de Bancourt, Miss Holmes, and Dr. Watson.
How
Good
do you
day,
do?
monsieur.
All here to worship at the shrine of Venus, I suppose. Oh, ho, 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 ho. By the way, Reginald, I thought you had received your conge. From what Yvette told me today, it seemed that
I'm afraid we're in a bit of a hurry. Good evening, Monsieur le Duc.
not jealous of me, are you, Reginald? Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Pardon my soul, my boy, but you're extraordinarily rude to him, if you don't mind my saying so.
He's an insufferable old ass and I can't stand him. He thinks that because Yvette smiles at him for the moment that he's going to marry her.
The Duke is the current favorite, I take it.
Ah, Madame Sherlock Holmes, how are you?
I'm afraid I don't know you, monsieur.
No, but I know you and your friend Dr. Watson.
Oh, really? I don't remember meeting you, sir.
This is Monsieur Cherel, Inspector of the Surtees.
Hello, monsieur.
When distinguished rivals honor my time with their presence, Madame Holmes, I make it my business to recognize you.
That's very flattering of you.
Not at all. You're not here on business, I suppose.
Oh dear me, no. En pleasure, monsieur. Purely en pleasure.
Splendid. You will find Madame Corvée's parties enchanting, I'm sure. Au revoir.
Charming fellow.
Do you think so? He's just another old fool who thinks Yvette's in love with him. There's Yvette now. Come on, I'll introduce you, and then I'll get out of the way. I don't want to talk to her any more than I have to. Yvette!
Reginald, how nice to see you. I did not know you were coming.
I changed my mind. I want you to meet two friends of mine, Miss Holmes and Dr. Watson.
Enchanté.
How do you do, Madame Corvée?
I'm extremely glad to meet you, madam.
They want to talk to you privately, so I'll leave you.
Reginald, you silly boy. Come back here. He is so young, isn't he? Youth has a charm all of its own. But for a woman like myself, I find it a little trying for too long at one time. I find it more soothing to be with people of my own age, like yourselves.
Awfully nice of you to say so, madam. But I know we're both a great deal older than you are.
Nonsense, but your friend, she has, how you say, the long face. What is the matter, Madame Holmes?
Nothing, madame. Except that I'd like to have a little business talk with you.
Business? Is this music playing? No, your friend shall dance with me.
I shall be very proud to take you for a twirl, Madame Corvée.
Forgive me, madame, and Watson, old chap, but I must insist on this business talk first.
A business? You are very tiresome. But because I like your friend, I will talk business with you. Come and sit over here.
The diamond and sapphire necklace you are wearing, madam. I presume it's the one Lord Shipton's son gave you.
Yes, and what of it?
Do you mind if I examine it?
Yes, I do very much. What, you a diamond buyer?
No, I'm a friend of Mr. Shipton's. He asked me to try and persuade you to return the necklace to him.
The insolent puppy. It is mine. He gave it to me in front of witnesses.
He had no right to, madame. It did not belong to him.
Then he is a thief, and that is no concern of mine. He made a gift, and I accepted it.
Would you consider, selling back your gift?
No, I would not.
Are you sure Reginald would pay a fair price for it? And it may have depreciated in value since you received it.
Go away! Go away before I have you thrown out!
I'm awfully sorry, madam. My friend's really,
Go away, the both of you! You bore me!
Pardon my soul. Never seen a woman change her tone so quickly. Fascinating creature, though. If there's one thing I like in a woman, it's spirit.
Rubbish! Madame Corvée is an adventuress.
Why do you say that, Holmes?
Because, although she wouldn't let me examine the necklace, I was able to detect that the diamonds had been replaced by imitations.
Good lad. You mean she sold the originals?
Undoubtedly. Sold them or kept them.
Holmes,
Yes, my boy? I was just looking for you. Oh, what's wrong?
I want to leave here at once. I've just heard that Yvette's going to announce her engagement to the Duc de Boncourt tonight. I don't want to stay and hear it.
I quite understand, though if I were you, I would be relieved rather than upset by the announcement.
What did she say when you asked her about the necklace, Miss Holmes?
Very little, but I have a feeling that you might be able to buy it back for a reasonable sum.
But I've tried that, and she won't part with it.
Try again, my dear boy. I think my little conversation with her tonight might cause her to change her opinion as to its market value.
Quiet! Quiet! Pray continue, Miss Holmes. What happened next?
Early the next morning, Shipton came round to see me with the information that he had recovered the necklace for a very reasonable sum.
Did you tell him that the diamonds had been replaced?
No, I did not.
Why not?
I felt that before I told him anything about Madame Corvée with any degree of authority, it was only fair to reinforce my beliefs with facts.
So what did you do?
The obvious thing. After all, I have no official standing in your country, and yet I knew Madame Corvée was a criminal. Or perhaps I should say, an adventuress. And so I decided to pay a visit to Monsieur Chirel, the head inspector of your local police. After my client left, Dr. Watson and I went round to Monsieur Chirel's office. He seemed to be very pleased to see us.
Ah, Madame Sherlock Holmes. And her friend. Come in, I am very flattered that you come to see me.
Hello, monsieur.
Is this a business visit, or am I to suppose that you come here to make my acquaintance better?
A little of both, monsieur.
Please, tell me what I can do for you.
Monsieur Chirel, I was not telling you the truth at Madame Corvée's party last night when I said I was there purely on pleasure.
I was well aware of that, madam.
But how could you...
Dr. Watson, very little goes on in the sun that I am not aware of.
Perhaps you know why I was at the party?
But of course.
And did you know that this morning Madame Corvée parted with the necklace in consideration of a cash payment?
No, I did not know. But it is her own affair. Is your client satisfied with his bargain?
Perfectly. But, you see, he doesn't know that the diamonds have been removed and replaced with imitations. I noticed that when I was talking to Madame Corvée last night.
Had you ever seen the necklace before?
No.
How do you know that the necklace ever was valuable? You have said your client is satisfied. What do you wish me to do?
I should like you to investigate Madame Corvée.
Madame Holmes, Yvette Corvée is a brilliant and distinguished woman. Duels have been fought of her, kings have paid homage to her, and now because some stupid English boy has had trouble over a paltry necklace, you expect me to investigate her? In France, Madame Holmes, we police do not work without evidence. I think it will be good for you to remember that fact. Good day.
And then what happened, Madame Holmes, after you had left Inspector Chirel's office?
Madame la Prefecte, I was deeply dissatisfied. I knew in my own mind that Madame Corvée was guilty, and so I decided to pay her another visit.
Why did you go alone? Your friend Dr. Watson had been with you during your previous expeditions.
I intended to burgle the safe, and I didn't want to incriminate my old friend in such a risky proceeding.
You admit that you went there to burgle the safe?
Yes, Madame la Prefecte. But, of course, when I got there, Someone had rifled the safe before me and murdered Madame Corvée.
Please tell me exactly what happened.
I arrived at the villa just after midnight. Perhaps I should explain that the villa is built around a courtyard in such a way that, short of smashing one of the ground floor windows, there are only two ways in: a door on the street and a door at the back which opens onto the beach.
And which way had you proposed to try and enter?
From the beach, but as I approached from that direction, I noticed a light still burning in the library, and so I circled the house to investigate the chances of entering through the front door with the aid of a skeleton key. As I did so, I noticed to my surprise that the door was open a fraction. Of course, I went in. I tiptoed along the hallway. Everything was quiet. Suddenly, I stumbled over something. It was a body. I struck a match. It was the Duc de Boncourt. At first, I thought he was dead, but when I turned him over, I realized he was unconscious. I decided to investigate a little further, so I walked towards the library. I opened the door and went in. The lights were on, and I saw Madame Corvée lying on the rug in front of the fire with her throat slashed and a dagger lying beside her. The wall safe near the bookcase was open and empty. I stooped down and touched Madame Corvée. Her body was still warm. Then I picked up the dagger by its blade and started to examine it. As I did so, I heard a rattling at the French windows leading to the courtyard. Of course, it was Inspector Cherel.
Sherlock Holmes, I've caught you red-handed.
Please don't wave that revolver at me, Monsieur Cherel.
Madame Corvée, is she...
Yes, she's dead. Well, murdered.
You did it!
Don't be ridiculous.
Then how is it that I find you along with the murdered woman? And with the weapon in your hand?
It's very easily explained. I came here to...
Who's that? Is the Honorable Reginald Shipton? How did you get in here?
The door was open. Yvette! Yvette!
I'm afraid she's been murdered, my boy.
Murdered? But who?
Judge for yourself, Monsieur.
Holmes! Holmes, you filthy!
Don't be a fool. Use a little intelligence.
Yvette's dead. You killed her.
Take him outside. Madam Holmes, before I telephone for your friend, Dr. Watson, I must indulge in a slight formality.
And what's that, Inspector?
I arrest you for the murder of Madame Yvette Corvée.
It is our hope that all of tonight's listeners will find it in their hearts and their wallets to support a local animal charity or rescue organization because we love our furry friends so very much. Now, let's learn a little more about dog-loving charity Life in a Nutshell. This company is, well, dog sitting for charity, looking after your pets so you don't have to. Brought to you by Tony and Ann. In addition to dog sitting for charity, Life in a Nutshell fosters dogs and finds them forever homes. Oh, it's just amazing. This charity also supports FIDO, and that's FIDO, standing for Friends of Indianapolis Dogs Outside, and many other local animal charities. Their work has helped hundreds of dogs and other animals around the Indianapolis area for over 16 years. To learn more about Life in a Nutshell and the works it does, visit their Facebook page. That's Life in a Nutshell, MUTTSHELL.
And now, back to tonight's new Sherlock Holmes adventure. The great detective and her old friend Dr. Watson are in the south of France, where they have become involved in a strange case connected with a famous adventuress, Yvette Corvée. Holmes, having failed in her preliminary investigations, has decided to pay a call on the lady, alone and after midnight. But in doing so has landed herself in some serious trouble, for she has found Madame Corvée murdered and herself arrested for the crime. As we rejoin our story, the prefect of police is conducting an official trial.
Madam Holmes, we have heard your evidence as to how you entered the villa and found the body of Madame Corvée. You realize, of course, that your story is entirely uncorroborated.
Yes, I do, Madame la Prefect.
You stated that you found Monsieur le Duc de Boncourt lying in the hallway, unconscious as you entered the house.
Yes, Madame la Prefect.
Is the Duc de Boncourt present?
Oui, Madame le Prefect.
What is your own story regarding last night's tragedy?
I had taken Yvette to the ballet. We came back about 11:30. The servants were in bed, but they had left a snack for us. Some cold fowl and a bottle of champagne. Just before midnight, we decided to have a little more champagne, and so I started off to the cellar. As I came into the hallway, I suddenly received a violent blow on the head, and I don't remember any more until the police revived me.
I see. Thank you, Monsieur le Duc. Is the Honorable Reginald Shipton here?
Here, Madame la Prefect.
What were you doing at Madame Corvey's villa last night, Monsieur? It has already been testified that you had received your necklace back.
I came over to persuade her to throw over the Duc de Bancourt and marry me. When I came to the house, the door was open. I walked in and found poor Yvette murdered.
I see. Thank you, Monsieur. Inspector Cherel, I cannot help but feel that you have produced a very inconclusive case against Madame Sherlock Holmes. It seems to me that both the Duc de Boncourt and the Honorable Reginald Shipton had equal opportunities and greater motive to murder Madame Corvey than she did.
Madame le Prefect, que dites-moi?
But that's ridiculous. I loved Yvette. I'd never have tried to hurt her.
Quiet! I did not say that you gentlemen did it. I'm saying that you both had the opportunity.
Madame la Prefect, as I am under arrest, may I have the privilege of proving myself innocent?
Mais certainement, madame, if you can.
I think the identity of the murderer will be obvious when we find the jewels stolen from Madame Corvey's safe. Now, the three people present at, or about the time of the lady's murder was searched. Myself, the Duke, and Mrs. Shipton here. Am I right, Inspector Cherel?
Yes, madame, and the jewels were not found. So what does that prove?
One other person that had a motive for killing Madame Corvey was not searched. Yourself, Inspector.
But this is outrageous. Are you accusing me?
Madam Holmes, do you realize the significance of what you are implying?
I do, Madame la Prefect.
Very well then. Proceed.
Monsieur Cherel, you stated that the beach gate was bolted. How did you find it out?
By trying it.
From inside or outside?
From outside, of course.
I don't believe you. I think that when Dr. Watson telephoned your office, you suspected where I might be going. You hurried ahead of the gendarmes and reached the villa several minutes before I did. You found the beach gate was open. You saw Madame Corvey putting her jewels away, as Monsieur le Duc de Boncourt started to leave the room to go to the cellar. You slipped through the windows, signaled to Madame Corvey, who was your confederate, to be silent. Followed the Duke into the hall and struck him from behind. Then you went back into the library, killed Madame Corvey, and pocketed the jewels. You started to leave the front way and saw me approaching. Seeing a chance to implicate me, you left the door ajar and ran out to the beachway, bolting the door behind you and waited for your reinforcements.
You have convicted yourself. If you came to the villa after I was there, how could you have known what my movements were?
I admit that this part of my case is only supposition.
But, Madam Holmes, that is no evidence.
Of course it is not.
Now, I'll come to my facts. Dr. Watson, I wonder if you mind stepping forward.
I'm very glad to. In fact, I've been wondering why you haven't asked me to before, Holmes.
Will you please tell Madame le Prefect exactly what you did last night after I was brought here?
With pleasure. Madame le Prefect, my old friend Holmes had told me to shadow Inspector Cherel as soon as he left. And that's what I did. He walked down to the waterfront and entered a small caf. I watched through a window and saw him give a package to a rough-looking sailor. A few moments later, he left. Holmes had told me what to expect, so I followed the sailor. He went down to the wharf. I was behind him with a revolver in my pocket. As he started to get into the fishing boat, I captured him. And also these.
You'll find, Madame le Prefect, that those are the missing jewels.
That is a lie. He is lying to save his friend.
Oh, no, I'm not. The fisherman is waiting outside the room now.
Have him brought in.
Henri Borel has done nothing. Oi. And now he's brought into the city like a criminal.
Henri Borel, are those the jewels? The ones that were given to you by Monsieur Chorel last night?
He lies. I have never seen him in my life.
Own hometown of Exasio. I have known you since you were a boy. Sacré nom de chien, monsieur. What game you play?
Madame le Prefect, the dagger on the table in front of you. May I show it to this man?
Of course.
Henri Borel, have you ever seen this dagger before?
Mais oui. Of course I have seen it. My brother made it. He is the finest sword maker in all of Exasio. He made it for Monsieur
Look out! Sherlock! He's drawing a revolver! Stop him!
Oh no, Watson. It was already solved, thanks to your very excellent sleuthing.
I didn't do anything much, Holmes. Just what you told me to. By the way, I still don't understand Sherlock's motive for murdering Madame Courvey.
It was a combination of motives. Jealousy at her announcing her engagement to the Duke, and anger at realizing that she had replaced the jewels in Lord Chipton's heirloom without telling him. Henri Borel made it very clear tonight that he had been in partnership with smugglers for years.
One of our most unusual. You know, Holmes, wow, I was afraid you were going to end up with the guillotine.
Did you really, old fellow? By the way, there was a certain poetic justice about this case.
In what way?
Did you notice that Chorel's dagger has an inscription on the blade?
Yes.
It said, Chez la mia ferita sia mortale. Let my wound be mortal.
Warren Central Drama and the cast and crew of Sherlock Holmes in the Case of the Dead Adventuress would like to thank Life in a Nutshell, Fido, and all the other local animal charities for all they do for our beloved fur babies. Tonight's Sherlock Holmes adventure is written by Dennis Green and Bruce Taylor and is based on an incident in the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story, The Adventure of the Illustrious Client. Director Susan Calaburter, Assistant Director Jeffrey Dahlstrom, Technical Directors Ted Jacobs and Assistant Technical Director Eric Matters. Special Assistant Deborah Bennett. Appearing through the courtesy of the Warren Central Theater Department and the high school principal, Mr. Shepler, and MSD Warren Township Superintendent, Dr. Tim Hansen, are the set design and build of 6th and 7th period technical theater classes. Jamie Colbert Jones, Lexi Gibson, Colin Fishburne, Chris Blackwell Jr., Loretta Levant, Christopher Lee, Kalina Williams, Nevaeh Theod, Jaden Myers, and Ethan Depew. The sound engineering of Blanca Herrera, Renaya Robinson, the Foley art of Alonzo Rhodes and Yuri Giria, Summer Sexton as Henri Borel and the Gendarme, Brandon Young as the Duc de Bancourt, Lindsay Nelson as Madame Corvée, Mario Mills as the Honorable Reginald Shipton, Nala Scaife as the Prefect of Police, Mickey Grable as Inspector Chorel, Delbert Suits as Dr. Watson, Hannah West as Sherlock Holmes, Taylor Oliver as Mutshell spokeswoman, Wrigley Bryant Jacobs as the face of the Mutshell, and I, Lydia LeClaire, your humble foreman. One Central Drama, Indianapolis, Indiana, East Side, thanks you for your presence and invites you to tune in again May 13th through the 15th when we will bring you the Broadway musical Little Women. You won't want to miss it.